specification. No, this is nothing but it is a document, ma. This document which is used for the programmer to do the coding part. Okay, not only for the programmer, it is used for analyst team, design team, programmer team. யார் யாருக்கெல்லாம் யூஸ் ஆகும் பாரு இந்த டாக்குமெண்ட் எல்லாருக்குமே those who are using this product, for all those people this document it will be more useful, especially for analyst, design team and the programmer team, testing team. They will refer with the help of this document. So அந்த சாஃப்ட்வேர் வந்து கரெக்டா இருக்கா இல்லையாங்கறதை எப்படி செக் பண்ணுவாங்க, சாஃப்ட்வேர் அந்த ப்ராடக்ட் வந்து கரெக்டா ஒர்க் ஆகுதா இல்லையான்னு எப்படி செக் பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா with the help of this document. So here we are having so many documents, ma. In the requirement phase we are having so many documents like user requirement document, software requirement document, customer requirement document, system requirement document, hardware requirement document, like that. So many documents are there, but here we are studying only the software requirement specification document because we are studying only the software engineering. So we are seeing only one this topic in this course. Okay, இந்த கோர்ஸ்ல வந்து ஒரே ஒரு டாக்குமெண்ட் பத்தி தான் பார்க்கிறோம் because this one specify all the software. Here also we are having IEEE format, ma. So each and everything they will follow IEEE format. IEEE is nothing but, what does mean by IEEE, ma? Anyone? IEEE னா என்னன்னு சொல்ல முடியுமா?
Institute of Electronic and Electrical Engineers, ma'am.
Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. Okay, so that one is called as an IEEE. It is nothing but it is a world largest professional organization which is mainly useful for computer science and information technology. This, with the help of this, we can identify what are the process are there. So என்னென்ன process தான் work ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு, என்ன researchல வந்து identify that one. In each and every research what product they identify, from all those things we can identify with the help of IEEE, ma. Okay, so for our is a computer science department, so for whatever we are designing all should be in IEEE format. For example, if you go for conference paper or journal, all those things they will ask in IEEE format. And they will ask our paper in IEEE format. In the same way, for coding part also we have to follow IEEE format. There are so many standards are there, but this IEEE format is one of the world largest technical professional organization. It is used for advanced technology, which is mainly useful for the computer science and information technologies. Okay, so in this way there are so many standards are there according to the department. Civil and mechanical engineer, they will follow some other standard. Then ECE, they will follow some other standard, like that. There are so many standards are there. Okay, here this one, here we will see what is the standard for SRS in IEEE format, ma. There are so many subtopics we have to cover in the SRS in the sense software requirement specification. This one is also called as, are you able to see this one more document? Software requirement specification or requirement specification document or system requirement specification document, whatever name they can call. This document which completely describe about what is the output of the requirement analysis? What is the output after getting the information from customer? That is, requirement analysis is nothing but we are getting the information from the customer. After that, what is the output of the ப்ராடக்ட்? ஓகே, என்னோட ப்ராடக்டோட அவுட்புட் எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கறது நான் SRS டாக்குமெண்ட் மூலமா ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணிக்கலாம். The second point is the SRS document which contains the complete it will tells about the complete description of the software. So from the implementation details, okay, so from starting point to the ending point from SRS document we identify, because with the help of this only they will design the final product. ஓகே, சோ என்னோட ப்ரோக்ராமர்ஸ் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, என்னென்ன பண்ணணும், கஸ்டமரோட ரெக்யர்மெண்ட்ஸ் என்னென்ன அப்படிங்கறது எதை பார்த்து ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா with the help of SRS. Okay, with the help of the SRS only they can identify. So in that we have to define from the starting point to the ending point about the implementation details. Then here we have to define what is the scope and what is the scope and what are the limits we have to identify in our software. Okay, we have to define that one in the SRS document. So according to our software product, what is the objective of the project? Okay, what is the scope of this product? Then boundaries, in the sense boundaries is nothing but what is the limit? What is the limit of this product? So where we have to use, whether this one is applicable for all the environment or it is applicable for only this environment, that and all we have to define in the SRS document. Okay, then next point is whatever the requirements we have to clearly define in that. It tells about the functionalities, performance, then diagrams, diagrammatic explanations and qualities, that and all we have to clearly define in SRS document, and accurately we have to define that one. We should not give the approximate value. Approximate idan performance level, approximately speed limit, this one response time in the mari da abdingra mari approximate value kudukka kudadu. We have to give the accurate value. So that all those things we have to define in SRS document. So this is the introduction part. Just ஃபர்ஸ்ட் என்னது, SRS டாக்குமெண்ட் மூலமா என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா என்னோட ரெக்யர்மெண்ட் அனாலிசிஸ்னா என்னது, கஸ்டமர் கிட்ட இருந்து ரெக்யர்மெண்ட்ஸ் வாங்கியிருப்போம். ஆஃப்டர் தட் வாட் இஸ் தி அவுட்புட், that one we can clearly identify with the help of SRS document. Second thing is whatever we are describing in SRS, it should give the complete description about the software from the starting point to the ending point. So all implementation details, that is all technical details and all, we have to define in the SRS document. So third point is clearly and accurately we have to define all the requirements. That is, instead of function, what are the function, performance level, then diagrammatic explanation, that is the design constraint, and quality, time, response time of all those things. Of all the attributes which is used in the software, we have to clearly and accurately we have to define that one. The last point is if you go for any particular software product, in the sense we have to define what is the scope and what is the boundary, what is the boundaries, in the sense what is the limit of the software. That and all we have to define in the SRS document. Okay, this is the introduction part. The next one is so this one, which is useful for the software requirement specification, which is useful for for most of the audiences in the sense most of the people, they will use only SRS document. So here it tells this specification document, which is useful for the customers for validating and contract. It is useful for the contract purpose also. Then system analyst is nothing but those are collecting the information. That person is called as the system analyst. So they are also called as requirement analysis. For that people, they will this SRS document, it will be more useful. Then programmers and developers, they will use this one, SRS document. Testers, they will use this document, and project managers, they will use to measure what is the defect, that and all we can identify with the help of SRS document. So this SRS document, which helps to customers in the basis of contracts. Okay, so ஏதாவது agreements போட்டாங்க அப்படினா that also we have to specify it in SRS. For example, 6 months the software is free. After 6 months for each and every service they have to pay. That contracts and all we have to define in SRS document. நீ கேக்கலாம் என்ன மேம் நம்ம SRS documentல why we have to specify this contract documents in the sense whatever it is related to the software we have to specify it in the SRS document. So contract agreements, that and all we have to define in the SRS document. Okay, then we have to do analysis, test, inspection. If you go for any demos, if you go for next version, that also we have to specify it in the SRS document. For example, என்னோட SRS டாக்குமெண்ட் வந்து என்ன ஸ்பெசிஃபை பண்ணுங்கன்னா இந்த ப்ராடக்ட் வந்து டெமோ வெர்ஷனா யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம். அடுத்து ஒரு 6 monthsக்கு அப்புறம் நான் வந்து ஐ ஹாவ் டு கோ ஃபார் செகண்ட் வெர்ஷன். ஸோ செகண்ட் வெர்ஷன்ஸும் வந்து என்னென்ன பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கறதையும் நான் வந்து என்னோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் SRS டாக்குமெண்ட் இட் செல்ஃப் ஐ கேன் ஸ்பெசிஃபை தட் ஒன். ஸோ தட் வில் பி மோர் ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல் டு இன்க்ரீஸ் தி ப்ராடக்ட் as a next level. Okay, to increase the performance of the product into the next level. So these are the things we have to go through in the SRS document. So யாருக்கெல்லாம் யூஸ் ஆகுது, SRS documentனால என்ன யூசஸ் அண்ட் யாருக்கெல்லாம் யூஸ் ஆகுதுங்கறத பார்த்தோம். So what are the uses of SRS document and what this document which is useful for many users, many audience in the sense who are all benefited in the document, that one also we have discussed. The next part is these are the components of SRS document. Components in the sense these are the subtopics we have to cover that one ma. So see, these are the subtopics we have to cover in the SRS document. First one, functional requirement. Next one is non-functional requirement. In SRS document, we have to discuss these points in the SRS document ma. So இவ்ளோ நேரம் நம்ம பார்த்தது என்னது, SRSல இதெல்லாம் பண்ணணும் அப்படிங்கறது பார்த்தோம். Next SRS document யாருக்கெல்லாம் யூஸ் ஆகும்ங்கறது பார்த்தோம். The third thing is what are the things we have to specify in the SRS document. The first one is functional requirements. So what is the output, what is the input, and என்னது functional and non-functional requirements na என்னதுப்பா, functional na என்னது, என்ன input கொடுக்கும், என்ன output கிடைக்குது, what is the system flow, how it is working, that and all we have to specify with the help of functional requirement. Non-functional requirements in the sense, so product oda performance level, reliability, response time, organizational standards, then external, if we are using any external interfaces, then that external interfaces, all those things we have to define with the help of non-functional requirements. So adellame na define panna poren. Then static requirements, so edella vandu static ah irukka podu, constant ah irukra podu enna அப்படிங்கிறது. So என்னென்ன ஸ்டாண்டர்ட்ஸ் ஃபாலோ பண்ண போறோம், என்ன செக்யூரிட்டி மெஷர்மெண்ட்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ண போறோம். So that also we have to follow in the components of SRS document. Then what is the company policies if we are going for any external agents, that is persons or software or any hardware we are using, that also we have to discuss in the SRS document. So these are the components of SRS document. The next thing is why we are going for SRS document. What is the goal? It will give feedback to the customer. Then it will give, if any problem arising in the sense, with the help of SRS document we can identify. From the feedback of the customer we can identify whether we are going in the proper path or not. Okay, நான் எல்லாம் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் கஸ்டமர் no I don't want this product, I want this specification only அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி சொல்றதுக்கு பதிலா I will ask feedback after SRS document. I will ask feedback from the customer whether they want this is the thing. They will approve, if the sense they approved our SRS document means then they will go for the coding part. அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் கோடிங் பார்ட் போடுவாங்க. இதுக்கு முன்னாடியே நான் அவங்க கிட்ட அப்ரூவல் வாங்காம நான் கோடிங் பார்ட் போனேன் அப்படின்னு வச்சுக்கோ, if they faced any problem, the customer will not satisfy with that with our product. they will not prefer our product. Okay, என்னோட product prefer பண்ண மாட்டாங்க. So each and every time we have to get the feedback from the customer. After SRS document, we will collect feedback from the customer. It will use it, this will helpful for understanding what the customer needs. If any problem arises, in the sense we can easily solve before the starting point of the if any issues of any problems, in the sense, if before the coding point, before the starting of the product, we can easily identify, we can rectify that one. That is the thing, that is the main goal we are going for SRS document. The next one is problem decomposition. If we identify any problems, we can segregate our problem into small divisions, and we can decompose that problem. Decompose that problem means we can reduce the problem or we can solve that problems. Okay. So input to design specification. So SRS contains from starting point to the end point. So it will specify what is the starting input we have to give, and what is the solution, design solution. That is, design solution is something about diagrammatic expression. Up to diagrammatic expression we have to define in the SRS document. So this document, it will be useful for testing as well as validation. So after programmers done the coding part, it will go for that product, it will go for the testing team. So testing team and validation team. Validation team is nothing but that validation team, it will validate whether it reaches the customer needs or not. The testing team, they will check whether our software product is working properly or not. The performance level, time, response time, that and all, it will be verified by the testing team. Validation team, it will verify the customer needs or not. Whether this product is satisfy the customer needs or not, that and all, it will be verified by the validation team. So both the team, they will use the SRS document. So in order to identify whether it meets the requirements or not. Okay. So these are the goals in SRS document. So till that till now we have seen what is mean by SRS document, why we are going for SRS document, who are the persons they will use SRS document. Then components in SRS document. So what are the components in SRS document? The next one is what is the goal? Okay, why we are designing this SRS document? What is the uses, advantages of SRS document? We have seen advantages is nothing but goals of SRS document. The next one is characteristics of SRS. So these are the characteristics we have to maintain in a SRS. It should be correct format. We have to define. So any ambiguous details and all we should not provide in the SRS. So unambiguous details we have to maintain in the SRS document. Consistent level should be it should be good. It should be verifiable, traceable, modifiable. So these are some of the characteristics we have to maintain in the SRS document. Okay. Then it should be easily understandable to the customer. So from the SRS document, we should not use more technical terms. Wherever we want, we can use the technical terms. But this SRS document, it will be useful for the customer also. So it should be in a proper normal English language. Don't use more number of technical words. Okay, we have to avoid the technical words, and it has to define for it. The document has to define for all. So this is the thing. Okay, so correctness na enna? So all the features we have to represent in the correctness. Completeness is nothing but what are complete details about the features and characteristics. All those things we have to specify in the SRS document. Unambiguous அப்படிங்கிறது. So if you are having any ambiguous details, that is same meaning for most of the time we are using, in the sense we have to avoid that one. So that is the unambiguous. Then verifiability, consistent. So it should not contradict each other. So modifiable in the sense another, what is the any, if any necessary changes, if we are doing anything else in the sense, if there is a modification இல்ல ஏதாவது ப்ராப்ளம் அரைஸ் ஆகுதா அப்படிங்கறதையும் நான் வெரிஃபை பண்ணும். ஸோ ரேங்க் ஃபார் இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் அண்ட் ஸ்டெபிலிட்டி அப்படிங்கிறப்ப பார்க்கும்போது என்னன்னா, ஃப்ரம் எஸ்ஆர்எஸ் டாக்குமெண்ட் வி கேன் ரெடியூஸ் தி ரிஸ்க் இன் த சென்ஸ் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் எல்லாமே ரெடியூஸ் பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ அக்கார்டிங் டு தட் இஃப் எனி ப்ராப்ளம் அரைசஸ் இன் த சென்ஸ் வி ஹாவ் டு டூ தி சேஞ்சஸ். ஓகே, ரெக்யர்மெண்ட்ஸ்ல சேஞ்சஸ் பண்ணணும். ஸோ ரெக்யர்மெண்ட்ஸ்ல சேஞ்சஸ் பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் என்ன பண்ணணும், எதுக்கு ப்ரையாரிட்டி கொடுக்கணும். ஸோ wherever we want to give the priority, we have to identify this first itself. Okay, so first itself we have to give the priority for each and every features. So அந்த மாதிரி features priority கொடுக்கும்போது என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா, we can reduce the risk. Okay, we can reduce the risk. That's why we have to give for importance and stability for in the SRS document. Ranked for importance and stability in SRS document is nothing but in order to avoid the risk. So we are going for SRS document. எப்படி வந்து SRS document வந்து risk avoid பண்ணும். So problems and all we can easily identify with the help of SRS document while designing the document itself. Okay, so அப்ப என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா, இப்ப ஏதாவது risk identify பண்ணா அந்த requirementsல change பண்ணா risk avoid பண்ண முடியுதா அப்படிங்கறத first step-ஆ பார்க்கணும். So next one is, if you are going for that same risk in the sense, if we have to give the priority. So எதுக்கெல்லாம் priority கொடுக்கணும், எதுக்கெல்லாம் கொடுக்க வேண்டாம் அப்படிங்கறது எல்லாமே, எந்த ப்ராடக்ட்ல என்ன ப்ராசஸ்க்குலாம் வந்து priority கொடுக்கணும் அப்படிங்கறது எல்லாமே we have to identify in the SRS document itself. Okay, so whatever we are using, that should be it should be verifiable. So in order to satisfy the requirement, so these are the characteristics in SRS. So complete, consistent, verifiable, traceable, then modifiable, ranked. These are the some of the characteristics in SRS document. So the same thing only they will discuss in the brief way. So these are the characteristics like that. So for each subtopic you have to give 1 or 2 line description. Okay, see, understandable by the customer. So avoid using formal notation to represent requirements in the sense. So wherever we want, you can use technical words, but don't use so many formulas or so many notations. It should not represent in SRS document. Okay, so in our SRS document we have to maintain these things and all. So these are the characteristics we have to maintain in SRS document. Okay, the next one is, இது வரைக்கும் புரியுதாமா? Any doubts ma?
No ma'am.
Boy side, anyone? Any doubts?
No ma'am.
Next one, this is the IEEE definition ma. So next நம்ம இவ்ளோ நேரம் பார்த்தது என்னது, we have seen why we are going for SRS, characteristics, and who are the person they are using SRS document. So that and all we have seen. The next one is IEEE definition. So IEEE definitions, IEEE format என்ன அப்படிங்கறது பாத்தீங்கன்னா, you can search in net also. SRS document for library management system in IEEE format அப்படின்னு சொல்லி போடுங்க, ஒரு டாக்குமெண்ட் கிடைக்கும். இந்த மாதிரி நீ எந்த ப்ராஜெக்ட்டுக்கு வேணாலும் நீ வந்து IEEE formatல நீ எடுத்துக்கலாம். From that also we can identify. So just a minute ma, I will show that one. are able to see the standard ma PPT தெரியுதா? Okay. So நான் இதுக்கப்புறம் நான் உனக்கு ஒரு word document காமிக்கிறேன். Okay, after this I will show one word document ma, that is nothing but SRS template. Okay, ஒரு word document கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க, SRS template. I will show that one. So these are the things we have to maintain in SRS document. First thing is title. First we have to provide the title of your software product. So உன்னோட product ஓட title கொடுக்கணும். Next table of contents. Table of contents na, so ஒரு நீ என்ன பண்ணுவ? For example, if you go for record போனேனா என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க? So first thing is list of contents நீங்க கொடுப்பீங்க இல்லையா? List of content. In the same way, here we have to specify the table of content. So starting from abstract to ending conclusion வரைக்கும் நீ எல்லாமே table of contentல this page number we can refer this title. So serial number, title, then page number. That one we have to maintain in table of content. The third part is introduction. That is the section 1 part is introduction. So in introduction we have to 1.1, it is nothing but purpose in the sense why we are going for this software product. In the product nala edunala in the product ku porom, what is the use of this product, that and all we have to specify in the purpose. Then scope in the sense, see, it describes the purpose of the SRS. Then audience, it describes the intended audience in the sense, it is nothing but, so idunala enna use, so யாரெல்லாம் வந்து இந்த ப்ராடக்ட்டை யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க, ஆடியன்ஸ் இன் த சென்ஸ் இந்த ப்ராடக்ட்டை யாரெல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்ண போறாங்க, that one we have to specified in the introduction part. Introductionல purpose part. The next one is scope. So scopeல என்ன பண்ண போறோம் அப்படின்னா, it tells about what is the software product. It will identify why in the software productல எதுக்காண்டி இந்த software, why we are particularly specifying the software product. Okay, so how it will works. Okay, what the system will do and what the system will not do, that and all we have to specify it in the scope. Okay, it describe about user classes and benefits. User classes in the sense என்னன்னா இந்த ப்ராடக்ட் மூலமா என்ன யூசஸ் இருக்கு, என்ன பெனிஃபிட்ஸ் இருக்கு அப்படிங்கறது எல்லாமே நான் எங்க ஸ்பெசிஃபை பண்ணுவேன், ஸ்கோப்ல. பர்பஸ் வந்து என்னது, எதுக்காண்டி இந்த SRS டாக்குமெண்ட் யூஸ் பண்றோம், என்னோட ப்ராடக்ட்னால என்ன பர்பஸ், எதுக்காண்டி இந்த ப்ராடக்ட் டெவலப் பண்றேன், சோ இது யாருக்கெல்லாம் யூஸ் ஆகும் அப்படிங்கறது மட்டும் we have specified in the purpose. Scope it will tell about full and full software product, that is why we are designing the software product, who are the users, they will benefited with this software product, and how it works, that is what the system, what the product will do and what the product will not do, that and all we have to specify it in the scope. The third one is scope. So wherever we are using that is acronyms, abbreviations எங்கெல்லாம் தேவைப்படுதோ அங்கெல்லாம் that and all we have to define in the 1.3. 1.3 is nothing but, so if you are using any keywords in the terms, why what is the definition of the keywords, what is the expansion of any what short form if you are using, that and all we have to abbreviated in the 1.3 column. The next one is references. So wherever we are using, so for this எங்கெல்லாம் நீ வந்து இந்த டாக்குமெண்ட் பண்றதுக்கு எதெல்லாம் நீ யூஸ் பண்ணியோ அந்த references details and all you have to specify in the references. Okay, so next one is overview. So overview is nothing but it does what is the overview of this SRS document. So next இதெல்லாம் நான் என்னெல்லாம் சொல்ல போறேன். So next part, second subdivisions la enna part irukku, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, like that, 3.1, 3.2. So all those things, what are the things we have to specify in the SRS, that and all we have to describe in the overview. So first title, table of content, the first part is introduction. There is only 4 part ma, that is introduction part, overall description, third one specific requirement, fourth one other requirement. In the introduction part we have to specify these things, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 and 1.5. The next one is Next, the section 2 is overall description. So overall, first part நம்ம பார்த்தோம் இல்லையா, introduction, what are the things we have to specify? Purpose, scope, then anyone? The introduction la purpose, scope, third part definition, acronyms and abbreviation, fourth point reference, that is 1.4 is reference, 1.5 is overview of the remaining SRS document. So overview of the SRS document we will specify it in the overview part. The second part is overall description. So overall description, the section 2 is overall description. In the overall description, first part is product perspective. So product perspective is nothing but it tells about what is the external interfaces. If you are using any hardware or any other third parties you are using for this particular software, that and all we have to specify it in the product perspective. So adu mattum kadayadhu, what is the memory of that particular software, how it has to operate it, in which environment it has to work. That is site adaptation is nothing but in which environment this product has to work. So how this software product is workable for the customers, how it is fit to the business concept, that and all we have to define in the product perspective. Then product function is nothing but inge வந்து இந்த product function, whatever documents, that and all we can include in the product function. Diagrammatic expression, use case diagram, data flow diagram, overall architecture diagram, component diagram, class diagram, that and all diagrammatic expressions we can discuss in the product function. Then user characteristics. So what user characteristics is nothing but if you are going for any classes, in the sense what is the technical skill for each class, ஒவ்வொரு கிளாஸோட technical skill என்ன, எதுக்காண்டி ஒவ்வொரு இதையும் யூஸ் பண்றோம் அப்படிங்கறத brief description we have to discuss in the user characteristics. Then constraint. So constraints in the sense, database என்ன யூஸ் பண்ண போறோம், why we are using particular target platform, என்னென்ன protocols network softwares யூஸ் பண்ணோம், என்னென்ன protocols யூஸ் பண்ணோம், என்ன standards வந்து யூஸ் பண்ணோம், that constraints and all we have to discuss in the constraint part. The third one is, the second part, in the second part itself, first assumption and dependencies is there. So assumption and dependencies is nothing but what are the things we have to assume that one. So நான் எந்த பார்ட் எல்லாம் வந்து நான் மெயினா கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்ணும், சோ எந்த ரெக்யர்மெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் மெயினா இருக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிறது எல்லாமே it will be described in the assumption and dependency. So in the first part, introduction ல என்னென்ன பார்த்தோம்ப்பா, the first part introduction we have to discuss 1.1 as purpose, 1.2 scope, 1.3 definition, 1.4 references, 1.5 overview. In the same way, second part overall description, the second section is overall description. So overall description la enna paakrom, in the overall description we discuss in the overall description it tells about what is the product perspective, what is the product function, then user characteristics, then constraint, what constraint we have to maintain, then assumption and dependency. The third one is section 3 is specific requirement. So specific requirements la full it will useful for the designer as well as the programmers to verify what is the characteristics, என்னன்னா இருக்க போது, எதெல்லாம் நான் வந்து எப்படி டெவலப் பண்ணணும், that one we have to specify in the specific requirement. So first one is external interfaces. So external interfaces la it tells about what is the input and what is the output, எப்படி என்னோட GUI screen இருக்கணும், that is front screen எப்படி இருக்கணும், back screen எப்படி இருக்கணும், ஒவ்வொரு modules ஓட screen and all how we have to specify, after that what is the file format, that and all we have to specify in the external interface. So functions அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கோ. So functionsல Next one is function. It tells about detailed specification. So use case diagrams la use pannirpom, enna collaboration diagrams or other diagrams also we will use. So what is the use of the diagram? That one we have to specify it in the function part. Then performance requirements. So it tells about performance level. So over part நடக்கிறப்ப என்னோட performance level எப்படி இருக்கணும்ங்கறத performance requirements ல பாப்போம். Logical database requirements. So இதுல வந்து if you are going for any database யூஸ் பண்ணேனா சோ அந்த டேட்டாஸ்ல எது வந்து என்டிட்டிஸா யூஸ் பண்ணனும், ஒரு டேபிளுக்கும் இன்னொரு டேபிளுக்கும் என்ன ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் இருக்கணும், அதுல எது பிரைவேட் கீயா யூஸ் பண்ணனும், எது ஃபாரின் கீயா யூஸ் பண்ணனும், அது எல்லாமே இட் வில் டிஸ்கஸ் இன் தி லாஜிக்கல் டேட்டாபேஸ் ரெக்யர்மெண்ட்ஸ். சோ in database did you learn foreign key and primary key and all? Foreign key, primary key எல்லாம் பாத்திருக்கியாப்பா?
Yes ma'am.
So that concept we have to discuss in logical database requirements. Okay, logical database if you are using any database, in the sense what are the database table you are using, what is the entity and what are the relationship of each entities. The entities in the sense what are the attribute we are using in the database, what is the relationship of one table to another table, what is the unique key you are using in both the side, that one we have to discuss in the logical database requirement. Then design constraint, it tells about what is the what if we are using so many diagrams, so அதுல என்னென்ன ஸ்டாண்டர்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்றீங்க, சோ அத பத்தி சொல்றது design constraints. Okay, then software system quality attributes, in the sense it is nothing but என்னென்ன இந்த சாஃப்ட்வேர்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது குவாலிட்டி வைஸ் எப்படி செக் பண்ணுவீங்க, என்னென்ன மேட்ரிக்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க, தட் இஸ் பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் லெவல் வந்து த்ரூபுட் மூலமா ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணுவோம், பேண்ட்வித் ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணுவோம். சோ தீஸ் ஆர் தி அட்ரிபியூட்ஸ் வேல்யூ. சோ குவாலிட்டி வைஸ் நீ அட்ரிபியூட்ஸ் அதுக்கு என்னென்ன அட்ரிபியூட்ஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணுவீங்க. ஓகேங்களா? தென் ஆப்ஜெக்ட் ஓரியன்டட் மாடல். இஃப் யூ ஆர் கோயிங் ஃபார் ஆப்ஜெக்ட் ஓரியன்டட் மாடல் இன் த சென்ஸ், சோ அப்ப என்னென்ன டயக்ராம்ஸ் வந்து இந்த இடத்துல வந்து ஹியர் ஆல்சோ we will specify the diagrams only, like functionsல யூஸ் பண்ண மாதிரி, functionsல யூஸ் பண்ற மாதிரி in the object oriented model also we have to specify only the diagrams. So diagrams வந்து என்னென்ன diagrams இருக்க போகுதுன்னா architecture, overall architecture diagram, class diagram, state and collaboration diagram and activity diagram. So this is the section 3. So first section la paathom subdivision, second section la subdivisions paathom, third section also we are having the subdivision. So these are the subdivision. The fourth one is other requirements. So other requirements la enna irukka podu appdin pathina, it tells about what is the requirements which is using if you are going for database, in the sense enna database use pandrom, so time plan, budget, how much budget you are using, that and all we have to specify in the other requirement. Okay, the fourth one is see, aborting of requirement is nothing but it gives the details about the requirement. Third parties யூஸ் பண்ணோம்னா third parties க்கு என்னென்ன கொடுக்கணும் அவங்களுக்கு, so database என்னென்ன பண்ணணும், எந்த database யூஸ் பண்ணணும், which database it will be preferable for this budget, for this product, that and all we have to discuss in the database. Then scheduled and budget, in the sense overall budget plan. So schedule in the sense timing, so over time appo endha time 1 week each and every day we have to maintain in the schedule ma. So budget, how much budget, that and it we have to discuss in the budget concept. Then last one is appendix. Okay, so this is the thing we have to maintain in the SRS document. So there are only 4 main topic: title, table of content, introduction, overall description, specific requirement, other requirement. Appendix is nothing but appendix, table of content, so sample coding, that and all we have to maintain in the appendix. Okay, so this is the thing we have to maintain in SRS document. Just I will show one Word document ma. this is the IEEE format for software requirement specification. You are able to see this one. So here, this is the IEEE format. A software requirement specification for, you have to specify the project name, version 1, prepared by, author name, organization name, when it is created, date created, then table of contents. So table of content is nothing but table of contents, introduction, purpose, so project scope, references, that and all we will discuss the same topic only. Then overall description, see product perspective, product function, user class, operating environment. So before that we have seen these are some of the topics we have to maintain that one. If you want, you can add some extra features also. நீ எதெல்லாம் வேணுமோ அது எக்ஸ்ட்ராவும் நீ ஆட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். See இதுல பாருங்க, third one, external interface requirement. So here they are using, if you are going for any interface, the software product sensors use panena, that is the external interface. That features and all we have to maintain in the SRS document also. So external interface requirement la user interface enna, hardware interface edavadhu use panaya, software interface use pandriya, illa communication purpose ku wireless communication in the sense appa and the communication purpose ku edavadhu interface use pandriya. So that and all we have to maintain, that is the external interface requirement. So the other non-functional requirement, performance level. So இந்த மாதிரி மெயின்டைன் பண்ணணும் IEEE ஃபார்மட்ல. ஓகே, ரிவிஷன் ஹிஸ்டரி, who developed, date, reason. So next வெர்ஷனா எப்ப ரிலீஸ் பண்ணீங்க, எதனால வந்து சேஞ்ச் பண்ணீங்க, that also we have to maintain in the table of contents, that is revision history. See, அதுக்கப்புறம் இதுல ஒண்ணும் இல்ல, just it will tell about what is the purpose of this document conversion na edukand use pandrom, the same thing. Whatever we discuss, the same thing only we are it is discussed in the IEEE format also. See, appendix A, glossary, it tells about the acronym or abbreviations. Then appendix B, analysis model such as diagrams and all we have to maintain in SRS document also. So that is we have to maintain in appendix B. Table of content. So database, if you are going, so what are the tables we are using, so what are the attributes we are using inside the table, that has to be maintained, that will be in appendix C. So like that we can add so many features. So this is one of the IEEE format. Okay, so IEEE format la நம்ம இப்ப பார்த்த 4 sections main ஆ இருக்கணும். Other than that, if you want, you can add some features. So up to this, SRS document was completed, ma. We have seen what is the purpose of SRS document, what is the advantages of SRS document, who are the users, they can use SRS document, then characteristics of SRS document we have seen, then last part we have seen what is the IEEE format in SRS. So each and every subtopics, what is the purpose we have seen. Then we have seen one sample, that is IEEE format in SRS document in Word document la nama paathom. Just search SRS document for any project, edavadhu or project name potu neeye search pannu, you will get so many SRS document. Okay, your second assignment is you have to prepare a SRS document for any project. Okay, edavadhu or project you have to prepare SRS document, that is your second assignment. If you want, you can write or you can maintain a soft copy, that is print eduthu kuda idu pannalam, illena you just prepare the Word document, you just upload that Word document in Google form. ஓகேங்களா, அப்படியே எடுத்து பண்ணாதீங்க. You have to PDF ஆ இருந்ததுன்னா you convert into Word, then inside that you have to maintain your name எல்லாமே நீ மென்ஷன் பண்ண, then one page description is enough. நீ அப்படியே cut and copy paste தான் பண்ண போறீங்க. So one page description is enough. So SRS document la, if you search in SRS document for any product, in the sense you will get 8 to 16 pages. Just take simple projects ma, simple project எடுத்துக்கோ, அது one page write up மாதிரி ஒன்னு எழுதுங்க, then Word லயே பண்ணுங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன பண்ற, the Word document la you have to upload in the Google form. I will send that Google form. Saturday is the last date. You have to complete your assignment too. Okay, la? Any doubts, ma? So up to this, any doubts you are having? SRS Pudida? Yes, ma'am. Boy side, ma, any doubts, ma?
No, ma'am.
Shall we wind up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma. Thank you, students. So next, only one topic is the classical analysis. So in the next class, we will discuss about the classical analysis. Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma. Thank you,
Thank you,
students.
ma'am.
So
Thank
this is
you,
one of
ma'am.
the important topic by SRS. So SRS document on they will ask us 60 marks or anything else. For example, if you go for multiple choice question, they will ask so many questions in SRS and requirement engineering process. In second unit, these are the two topics. These are the two main topics, ma. So just prepare for that. You have to know about SRS document because with the help of this document only, you can maintain a thesis record. Last final year la உனக்கு report project report maintain பண்ணவேல. Not only in the project report, for mini project, all those things we will follow the same IEEE format. The same IEEE format as project report தான் யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். ஓகேங்களா? Okay, ma. Thank you, students.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, ma'am.